she is, right there. That's Mia Thermopolis.
Glamour, romance, fame. Mia Thermopolis had it all, but only in her dreams.
As always, this is as good as it's gonna get.
Her real life was completely ordinary.
You're way tense.
But now, something's about to happen
Your grandmother called. This is the first time she's ever contacted us. What you want?
that will change everything.
I am Queen of Genovia.
Whoa, whoa.
And you are Princess.
Shut up.
Just in case I'm not enough of a freak already. Let's add a tiara.
I can teach you to walk, talk, sit, stand like a princess.
Woo!
Let the work begin. We don't slump like this.
It's a question of taste.
Princesses never cross their legs in public. Tuck one ankle behind the other.
A matter of grace.
What kind of dancing do you do? Where is the beautiful girl?
My granddaughter, Amelia.
And a chance
Attack!
to make all her dreams come true.
Only Paolo can take this and give you...
Much better.
Walt Disney Pictures presents Anne Hathaway and Academy Award winner Julie Andrews
Do you think she can do it?
I have no doubt.
The Princess Diaries.
I would like to propose a toast.
Welcome to Dorking Out. My name is Sonia Mansfield, and just in case I'm not enough of a freak, let's add a tiara. Joining me is my podcasting sister from another mister and the co-host of Dorking Out, Margot D. Hello, my friend.
Hello, friend. I'm just climbing a rock wall,
As you do.
as one does.
But wait, there's more. Also joining us is our podcasting brother from another mother, Adam Risky from F This Movie. Hello, friend.
The flags allow me to park anywhere. We keep the flags.
We are dorking out about 2001's Princess Diaries, directed by Garry Marshall, based on the book The Princess Diaries by Megan Chabot.
What? This is based on a book?
It is.
Yeah, it is.
Is it a diary?
Well, the movie isn't. So I guess a
Yeah, I think
diary
it's a
kind of
series.
shows up for like a second. But
Yeah.
yeah, is it a series? I think it is. I have not read the books, but Margot, this maybe you could get to it on your book versus movie eventually.
Absolutely.
This stars Anne Hathaway, Julie Andrews, Hector Elizondo. Elizondo, thank you. Mandy Moore in like her film debut. Robert Schwartzman, Heather Matarazzo. Did I get that one right at least? Maybe.
I think it's Matarazzo. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
Though.
Okay. I get everybody's names wrong. Larry Miller, and then even Mayor Willie Brown shows up as himself. That's really San Francisco's mayor at the time there at the end.
What does he say? He has like a line that's so like, what?
Yeah, he says something like, it never comes down on Willie Brown or something like that. And I was like, isn't it funny? Because he's super crooked. Like,
I wasn't sure if he was like the real mayor or if he was just one of those Garry Marshall extras where like he needs to take like 3 times too long to focus on them so they can have a laugh line.
That is really him, and he really is a character. Like he dresses like super cool. Sometimes he's wearing a fedora. He's also pretty crooked. I'm sure all the things will come out eventually about. Well, actually, most of it's common knowledge, just no consequences. You know, as it is in politics.
Yeah.
Did any of you see this in the movie theater?
No.
Nope.
No, I wanted to, but I'll get into this a little bit, maybe, I guess, right now. I really wanted to, but it's a PG rated or a G rated Disney movie that's heavily aimed at young girls. So I could not, in good conscience, bring it up to any of my college aged friends being like, let's go see Princess Diaries. So I waited with bated breath until it came out on DVD. And even then, I was working at Blockbuster and I had to come up with a cover story to explain why I was watching Princess Diaries, because I couldn't just rent it on my own. And I was just like, oh, it's for my sister. And I watched it like 3 times.
So then you really loved it when you saw it.
I've always loved it. I just adore this movie. I think it's the best. I really, really like it.
I had never seen it. This was a first time watch for me. And I really wanted to watch it because I've been on kind of an Anne Hathaway kick since The Idea of You came out. And since this was first, I felt like this was a good place to start. And I can't believe I hadn't watched it already, to be honest, because it's filmed in San Francisco. And that's another one of my little check boxes that I like. So, and I thought this movie was, spoiler, I thought it was really cute. Like, I really, really liked it.
It's very Gary Marshall.
It's very Gary Marshall. Absolutely.
It has all the Marshall tropes, which I enjoy, by the way.
Yeah, that's his thing. I'm cool with that.
What?
So let's talk about it. So Anne Hathaway is playing Mia Thernopolis. That's a good name. And she's a high school student. She lives with her single mother in a firehouse, like you do.
I want that house so bad. Yeah. Oh my God.
Hey, lots of people live in firehouses, like firemen, Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters, yeah.
Anne Hathaway. Struggling artists live in houses that sell for almost $2 million. Absolutely.
I looked it up on Zillow.
I also looked it up.
Just casually have Mustangs.
Yes, exactly. It's a great house, by the way. Like, I would love to live in a house like that with a pole in the middle to slide down. Sure, why not? She finds out that through her father, she's actually a princess of a country called Genovia, or Genova. Genovia. Okay, thank you.
We got it.
And Julie Andrews is her grandmother. I think she's really. I know that we're supposed to be like she's really ugly. I don't think she's so cute before the makeover.
They really, really work to try to ugg her up.
Yeah.
You know, like we're supposed to believe that. And it's so, I also read in the IMDb trivia that Gary Marshall asked her to gain weight so she could be plus sized. And I was like, this is why there's so many eating disorders.
Also, she's nowhere near plus size.
No, she's not. And she's cute as a button.
Yes.
And, but that's my hair if I don't use keratin. It's pretty wild.
What's funny is they're all obsessed with her eyebrows. And I'm like, that's because in the 90s and early 2000s, we were over plucking. Her eyebrows are quite in style now at this point. Like, they should, maybe a little bit of plucking would be okay. But, she seems like she's unpopular. She's practically invisible because she has glasses and curly hair. So I love it. She rides her scooter to class. That's very San Francisco. That's absolutely still a thing. I see kids and adults riding their scooters. Mandy Moore is the popular girl. She's very good at playing that part. Sandra Oh is the vice principal. I totally didn't know Sandra Oh was in this movie. Always happy to see her.
Shocked me. It completely shocked me.
And then Heather is her best friend, Lily, who's also super political. Like, don't you have time to sign my spotted owl petition?
She loves having her transactional relationship with Anne Hathaway.
And
that family bothers me. We need to talk about those two, the sister and brother combo.
Oh, yeah.
Mazzo and Schwartzman.
Well, she also keeps saying, I have a cable show. And I'm like, does she mean a public access show?
Yeah.
Is that what they're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like Wayne's World.
It would totally be yes, it's Wayne's World.
It's right after Wayne's World.
I wouldn't watch her show, though. Wayne's World is really fun, and hers looks like a bummer. But
Yeah.
also magic. They got what she has a magician on. I'm like, no, thank you.
I want the suck-o-matic. It's sucking the life out of me.
We just talked about Wayne's World last week. It's
All right.
so I
Was
didn't
that
know.
like the hair thing?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't buzz me, man.
The Flowbee. The Flowbee.
Yes.
They had commercials for that. Yeah.
Oh God, Wayne's World's so good. Yeah, so she's very unpopular to the point where like she's invisible. People like sit on her like she's not even there. The whole like having her argue for the dress code in class. It's like, ugh. And then she wants to throw up. She works at a rock climbing gym. And then they casually throw out there that her mother is dating one of the teachers, and that is never brought up again. It's very strange.
Well, he shows up at all of the balls and stuff that she attends.
See, I didn't even notice.
I have an eagle eye for this because
Okay.
it's the same actor who played the pervy cop in Jonathan Taylor Thomas's I'll Be Home for Christmas.
Surprisingly, I've never seen that.
Oh my God, you should watch that movie. It's fucking insane.
JTT, he was popular.
So popular. She also has her like nosy neighbor, Mr. Robitussin. I'm all good name.
Mhm.
Good name. Love it. I thought when they introduced the idea of her mother dating one of the teachers that was going to be mined for some comedy, and he's just around. It's never explored at all, but whatever. The movie's not about her mother, so. And then we meet Robert Schwartzman, Jason Schwartzman's brother, who plays Lily's brother, Michael, who has a crush on Mia, and I don't know. Mia, does she not have a crush on him, I guess?
No, she likes the blonde guy.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, she likes
She's
the
always
popular.
imagining making out with him. Yeah.
I
feel like
he's gross.
he's like Zach Morris, but not charismatic.
Yeah, exactly.
But Robert Schwartzman seems like we didn't know this in 2001, or I won't say we because maybe it's just me, but like society, I feel like thought that he was cool. And like now he seems like an edgelord.
Yeah, I could see that. He
Seems so like vindictive when she blows him off and stuff. Like even though she goes to like great lengths to apologize, he's very like, I'm gonna put on this leather face mask and mock you, and then bow to mock you. And we're supposed to like love him because he has M&Ms on his keyboard when he's playing music, because his quirk is he loves M&Ms. Like we're supposed to get fucking excited like if it's a lifeguard and he loves fried chicken, so he leaves fried chicken in the pool. Like that's just weird. It's just weird behavior.
It's super weird. And
I don't like it.
yeah, well, maybe that's why, spoilers, she gets Chris Pine and
Have you seen the second?
sequel.
Well, you probably haven't seen the second one because you just saw the first one. But Margot, have you seen the second one?
No, I just saw the first one last night.
I went and read the summary.
The second one isn't as good as the first one. It's kind of a messier movie, but the secret sauce of that movie is that it's a romantic. It's basically boils down to it's a romantic comedy with Chris Pine and Anne Hathaway, and it's amazing.
I do love those people. So
Yeah,
I like both of them.
yeah.
yeah. It's very easy to root for them to get together by the end.
Well, that's kind of enough for me to watch it. Maybe I will watch it then.
Mm-hmm. It's good stuff.
So we meet Clarice, that is Julie Andrews, and she's apparently Mia didn't know she was a princess. She never Googled anything about her. Well, maybe Google wasn't really a thing. She didn't Yahoo.
Mm-hmm. She didn't Netscape it.
She didn't
Ask
Netscape it.
Jeeves.
She didn't ask Jeeves. Girl, just ask Jeeves.
I just watched a movie like a week or two ago that took place in 2003, and a mother said she's just like, oh yeah, well, we'll just ask Jeeves when we get home.
Kids, ask your parents about Ask Jeeves. It was a thing.
Mm-hmm.
all the characters had like Yahoo Maps printed out in their car and they're driving around. That's what we were doing in 2001. So she is the sole heir to this like small little country, and she needs to learn how to be a princess. So she's going to start getting princess lessons. Oh, and we meet Hector as Joe, the head of security and a limo driver, apparently. And
he plays a mean basketball. He can dunk one
Yep.
man.
Mm-hmm.
well, and I just love him. Every time he shows up, he's great.
I'm sorry, he can make a shot. That is not dunking, what he's doing. Don't want to get called out.
Thank you for the
by
correction,
the
Margot.
basketball nerds.
I wasn't ready for that 1-star review that we were going to get. It's not dunking, you stupid idiots. 1 star.
Written by Robert Schwartz.
Eminem lover. This is user handle. I really love him, and I love his relationship with Julie Andrews. I think it's very cute. Like, you've worn
They have
black long.
chemistry.
Yeah, they do, and I really like them together.
They were sexy when they were dancing together. I loved that.
Mm-hmm. I agree. So then we get some princess lessons. We get, and she's very clumsy, right? She has to be, so she trips over everything. She breaks everything she touches. She falls off chairs. She can't even put on pantyhose, although nobody wears pantyhose. That's not really.
No,
a thing.
hoes are horrible.
Yeah.
And it's very Julia Roberts-esque
Yes.
what they do to her. Yeah.
Yeah.
Make her
Which is-
clumsy, even though she's gorgeous.
Yeah, which is fine. It's a thing. It's what we do in our romantic comedies. We make women.
Garry
clumsy.
Marshall should get credit for having like a good eye for finding actors
Yes.
to like launch into movie stars, because he did it twice with Julia Roberts and Anne Hathaway.
Yeah. I
And I don't
remembered.
think like the movie works without her. Like, she's so integral to like why the movie, at least for me, why the movie's so good.
Yeah, I mean, she's very, very likable, and she makes a realistic transition, and she's very sweet. And she is really good at the physical comedy too. I don't think Anne Hathaway gets enough credit for her comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is it out of fashion for like women in particular to be klutzes in movies? I feel like that was like a thing, but then it's not a thing anymore.
It was definitely a thing that was leaned into for
Yeah.
a while.
Yeah.
It was an
Yeah.
Aaron Sorkin thing too. Aaron Sorkin loved to have characters who were like women who were like all business, like really good at their jobs, but she's super clumsy. Like, you watch like Sports Night with Felicity Huffman or Allison Janney in The West Wing. Like, they are these like awesome women who like kick ass at their jobs, and then they go into their office and like fall out of their office chairs or like bump into
it's like
doorways.
In A Few Good Men, Demi Moore.
Oh yeah.
She plays character that's like super smart, very put together, but they have to make her look a little dumb around Tom Cruise. Like, she has to be awkward around him.
I mean, some people are just clumsy, but it was like this thing that they were putting in romantic comedies to make women relatable, and it's like we didn't need for them to be clumsy to relate to them. We can just relate to them.
It's also that whole trope of you don't even know how beautiful you are. Just see.
Yeah, and this is one of those makeovers too, where it's like, goodbye glasses. Like, as someone who wears glasses, I'm offended by those kind of makeovers, but it's fine. That's again what we expect of our makeovers.
It's the She's All That makeover where it's like, in two ways. So one is like this is me being real stupid. All right. I'm just giving you a heads up. So I have this whole theory about She's All That, and I think it applies to Princess Diaries. And maybe I'm just kind of like an easy mark for this type of movie, where it's like the makeover is like, you think the makeover is going to be like, we take this quote unquote ugly duckling and make her into this beautiful woman. But instead, it's really basically just like them realizing that they're beautiful on the inside and like not being so insecure.
Yeah, well, it's the confidence that comes with the makeover.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I get it.
Yeah.
That's not
women,
stupid.
for the record. Yeah,
No.
Except in the case of Heather Matarazzo and her transactional friendship.
Yeah. But first of all, you're not stupid. Like, this is a absolutely right thing to point out. And women love makeover scenes. Like, if you ask, probably one of their favorite things about the movie is they love the makeover scene. They love the makeover scene in Pretty Woman as well. Like, we all love makeover scenes except for the one in The Breakfast Club. That's the only one we hate. She was fine. She was fine the way she was before.
Yeah. She's like interestingly beautiful. And then they're just like, let's make her awkward and seem out of place.
Yeah, actually, she has, it's like an opposite. She becomes less confident when they give
it's
makeover.
like, she should just be holding like a VHS of the Stepford Wives with her. She's like, I love this movie.
Okay, what else? I did. Go ahead. Sorry.
I was just gonna say this movie has maybe the worst scene in a movie that I like.
Okay, tell me. I can't wait.
I hate the beach party scene where it opens with them singing Stupid Cupid, because I'm just like, this would never, ever, ever be allowed in 2001.
No.
Like, I know it's like a throwback because it's like a G-rated Disney movie to like 50s and 60s, probably 60s Disney movies. But it's like, if I went to a school party and saw somebody singing Stupid Cupid, I would just be like, where's drugs?
Yep. Yeah, right. It's definitely a Disney throwback to the like Parent Trap, let's get together, having them sing something.
But it goes on for so long.
Yes.
Yeah.
So long.
Yeah.
Well, it's Mandy Moore, right? She's singing. They want to use her.
Yeah, she needs her little showcase moment and stuff. So, I don't know.
There's a scene where they teach Mia how to dance, and I was like, Adam, you're the dancing expert. What do we think of Mia's? I love when she's like, show me how you dance, and she dances not like how anyone dances. Like,
it's really funny.
It's funny dance, but it's nowhere near normal.
The thing that's funny is she dances like a white man in an apartment.
Well, maybe that's where she learned. Maybe.
Yeah.
The Coney Island baseball team, they have an Elaine night every year.
I've seen videos of
from
this.
Seinfeld, and they go out there and they do the dance to Shining Star.
That's amazing.
And it's amazing.
I'm like, I pretty much dance like that normally. So I could win is what I'm saying. I could definitely win. I should enter. Yeah. Maybe next year.
We'll all go to Coney Island. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
I'm still recovering from my disillusionment when I got a hot dog at Coney Island and realized that it's like, do they call them water dogs in New York, or is that just like a Philadelphia thing? I can't remember.
I think it's a Philly thing.
Okay, so but I was just like, where's all the toppings and stuff? And then like Rob was just like, that's a Chicago dog. Like, you don't do that here. And I was just like, what the hell's the point of even eating this thing? I'm like, I thought this was supposed to be a fancy hot dog because it's from Coney Island. I'm like, take me to Gray's Papaya. That's only like a mile away, right?
Oh, also in the makeover, the curly hair needs to be straight. That's another thing. It's always the glasses have to go and the curly hair needs to be straight. So sorry to my curly haired ladies.
And the flip on the bottom of the hair. There was like a time, that retro thing that they were doing with everything.
Yeah.
I have a bit of a hot take.
Okay.
This is involving the makeover scene. I think this is also informed a little bit by like 10 Things I Hate About You. But when Larry Miller goes for a laugh, he gets a laugh. He's funny.
He is.
Oh, he's great. Yeah.
Yeah. He knows how to deliver a line.
I don't know. I said this once to Patrick from At This Movie that I think people's reaction to Bill Murray, where they're just like, he's so funny, is like my reaction to Larry Miller. Where I'm like, he can't do anything wrong.
No, he's super funny.
Yeah, he's a stand-up. Yeah.
Larry Miller, when he did stand up, one of his old jokes was one of my favorites, and I think about it all the time, where he talks about people who get back together with their exes, and he said that's like putting sour milk back in the refrigerator and then taking it back out later and going, this milk is still sour. So good. I love him.
It's like Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez.
Exactly.
Oh my God. Bless their hearts.
Oh, right after she
Really
made that
tried.
crazy movie too, where it's just like, I found the love of my life.
The greatest love story never told. And then Ben has to explain to her, well, if you're making a movie about it, you're telling it, aren't you? And he just, never mind. Here's my 30 million.
Oh, so awkward. So awkward. Girl, don't get back together with your ex. The milk is still sour. It's still sour.
Mm-hmm. One thing also, I think this movie is like, especially for like a G-rated Disney movie, which you expect like to be kind of affable and just charming. I think it's really funny. Like the whole scene where with all the slapstick at like the royal dinner, like her kind of coming out party, I think like really works. It's funny.
It is funny.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I liked it. Yeah, that's a genuinely funny scene. I like it when she taps the glass and then it breaks.
Yeah. And then there's all these like bizarre extras performances too, which like makes it even funnier. It's just like how stilted the comedy is almost makes it better.
I love the sorbet where she takes the huge bite and then the other people are like, oh, it's a thing. And they all start I think that scene does really work.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
So I don't understand. She gets a makeover and then she goes to school and then she's ashamed of the makeover. So she's wearing like a hat, which I own that exact hat, by the way. I was like, did she also buy that hat at Fisherman's Wharf? Because that's where I bought my hat that looks just like that. And then she takes the hat off and everyone's like, oh, she's beautiful. But they still make fun of her, even though she's had a makeover and looks beautiful. They're still super shitty to her.
They're assholes.
They're huge assholes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Carrie at the prom. She looks great. Nope.
Must
This does not
shit
fit
on her.
our idea of you. Yes.
All right. Should we talk about Lily and her transactional friendship?
Yeah, she's severe, and I feel like she is her friend still in the second movie. Spoiler: Robert Schwartzman is jettisoned, which I think is for the better.
Yes.
But yeah, I don't know. She's just always like ragging on, or I don't know. Is that a nice thing to say anymore? She's harping on Anne Hathaway all the time. Like it just feels like unless Anne Hathaway is acquiescing to like what Heather Matarazzo wants, she's not nice to her.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. I mean, she's going through something right now. And I mean, she's been going through it for like a week or something. And her friend is like shitting on her already. It reminds me of The Devil Wears Prada, where I'm just like, you guys pull your shit together and support your friend for just a little while.
We didn't talk about this. I mean, or did we? I'm sorry. I may have amnesia. But how long has her father been dead?
Like 2 months.
Yeah, I mean.
Oh yeah. There's that line at the beginning where she's just like, I thought you would be over it by now. No. And she's a teenager, but I've had friendships like that too. I only learned recently to like jettison those people.
Yeah.
I like when there's the scene towards the end of the movie where she's reading the letter from her father, and like you see a photo of him earlier in the movie, and you think that like from seeing the photo he's gonna sound like John Goodman or something, but then when she's reading the letter he sounds like Beast from Beauty and the Beast.
Correct. It does not match.
No.
So let's see what else. And then Larry Miller like tells the press immediately that there is a princess in SF, and the media freaks out and starts swarming her school and all of this. And I will testify that San Francisco loves to make a big deal out of things that are maybe not a big deal. It's very maybe every town is like that though, but SF does love to make a big deal out of shit.
Yeah.
They would have been all over that trolley accident that they get into. Can
we talk
cable
about
car.
the trolley accident?
Yes, we can.
Okay, so... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Did they just leave the car there? I'm just curious. Did they just leave?
Yes, yes, they did.
Yeah,
Just walk
well,
away?
there's some like real weird ADR stuff with like the car, because like they're driving on the Golden Gate Bridge, and then and it's like this full house shot where like you just see hundreds of cars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's no reason for them to be on the Golden Gate Bridge, by the way. Like, they're already in San Francisco. Like, they don't need to, but okay.
But she's like, thank you for getting the car out of the garage for me, Grandma, or like paying for the car. So like, it's like, oh, we have to explain this, but it's like, you really don't. It's okay. And then they do that at the end of the scene where she's kind of whisked away, and they leave the scene of the accident because all's forgiven. And she just goes, can you take it back to this specific body shop? And she just sort of like, it's like a throwaway line. So
I didn't even hear that.
I didn't either.
But it's all like two like really weird, like patched in their ADR things. Like the audience would never forgive the filmmakers if they didn't know the step-by-step process of how the car got out of the garage and then got back to the garage.
It would ruin the movie for me. So I'm glad that was in there.
But I want to talk about that scene because it's got one of my favorite extras maybe in a movie ever, which is Artie Washington from San Francisco, ma'am. And he's just such a Disney extra. He's just like, oh, shucks. He's like, I can't wait to get home and tell Bernice. And then I love that Julie Andrews makes up that they're basically deigned in some way, like with some kind of order of the rose or whatever.
Yes.
And then they show up at the ceremony at the end, and they're all like proud and stuff. And I'm just like, yeah, payoffs.
That's right. Yay. So because
Genovia fucking cares about people.
It does. It cares about people and pears, apparently.
Pears.
Yes.
Yeah. The pear market is blossoming, according to the Prime Minister. Phew. I've seen this a lot of times.
So because she's famous now, the douchebag is super interested in her, and she agrees to go on a date with him Saturday night, even though she's already made multiple plans for Saturday night to go on her friend's very important cable show and to watch Michael's, is his name Michael? I forget. Michael's band play.
I think so.
At no point does she tell her best friend that she has a date with the guy she's had a crush on forever, or tell her best friend that she had a date with her brother.
Yeah, and it seems like Heather Matarazzo also gets mad. She's just like, why haven't you hooked up with my brother yet? And I'm like, that's not how it would go. She's like, you stood up my brother. Gosh darn it. I'm like, that's not how it would go.
It would definitely, she'd be like, ew, don't go out with my brother. Gross.
Okay.
Yeah.
How much did you
especially in high school?
How much did you want to hear the band play Welcome to the Dollhouse? Like, just how much that would have.
I've never seen that. Should I see that movie?
It's a bummer.
It's a bummer. It's good. And she's good in it.
Yeah.
But the song will stick in your head for days.
Yeah.
It's Welcome to the Dollhouse. You're welcome.
There was an unofficial sequel called Wiener Dog. And like her story like kind of wraps up in it, but I didn't see that movie because I can't watch it because I know what happens to the dog, but I wanted to see it until I heard what happened to the dog, and I was like, well, now I can't watch it.
I saw Wiener Dog at the Music Box Theater. I made a point of going to the theater to see Wiener Dog. And it's one of those movies where, like, sometimes I look back and I'm just like, why did I even go? Like, or I'm just like, why did I see Kill the Messenger starring Jeremy Renner in a theater? Like, future me wants to go back in time and be like, you don't have to see this one. It's fine.
You could sit this one out.
Like, no one's ever going to talk about this. It's okay.
Everything about Wiener Dog looks like it was made for me. I am someone who like has a wiener dog, loves that kind of stuff. It even has the funny song. It's like Ode to a Wiener Dog or something. And then, yeah, I had to look it up on Does the Dog Die? Spoiler, everybody, for Wiener Dog. And I was like, no, that's cool. I'll sit this one out.
I wrote an article about this movie for F This Movie a few years ago, and it's one of those like 20-year later retrospectives. And in there, I said what 2001 movie you could double feature this with, and I chose Kate and Leopold.
Oh, I remember really liking Kate and Leopold.
That movie's like pretty bizarre, and I really like movies that kind of just go for it with like a nuts premise like that.
It's
it feels
super
like
nuts.
an 80s movie premise.
Yeah, she made a couple of Meg Ryan. When I say she, I mean Meg Ryan, because there was another one in the early 90s. I think it was called Prelude to a Kiss.
That movie rules.
And I was like, this movie is it was so bizarre and not what I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
At all. Like I know we all know When Harry Met Sally and whatnot, but she has these other movies where I'm like, that is so interesting. She made such interesting choices.
Yeah.
I mean, Kate and Leopold's pretty straight up romantic comedy, but it goes for it. I like that.
I also wrote, is this a mall movie or not a mall movie? And I said that it's not a mall movie because having a Julie Andrews movie open at the mall seems impolite.
She's very proper.
She's very, very proper.
She's very proper. We get the Baker Beach bash. I don't know if that's a thing that actually happens here in San Francisco, but it happens in this movie. I do love Baker Beach, though. We get Mandy Moore singing, which no. She's a good singer. It's just that song is no.
It's weird that she's like an antagonist too in a movie, because I feel like this is the only time like a movie ever did that. Unless did they do that in Saved?
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think in Saved she was also like super. She was the one who's like super Christian and.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like they kind of pivoted away from that, like especially later, where she's like romantic comedy lead and like girl next door type.
Well, she's very likable.
They had to dye her hair though. Because she's nice as a brunette, but I guess as a blonde, she's mean.
That makes sense. That makes perfect sense to me. So she's there on her date with that douchebag, and the press shows up. So they hide in like, I don't know, some shack where he asks her to give him a foot massage.
It's a grumpy old men shack too. That's what it reminds me.
Burgess Meredith's in there.
Goddamn kids, get me some cigarettes.
He wants to take the hot dog to Tuna Town.
He's a tomcat on the prowl.
Oh. We did a grumpy old men episode, and that's all this is all Margot and I did for like a half hour, was just say gross things.
I haven't seen either Grumpy Old Men or Grumpier Old Men since like they came out. So my memory is that the second one is better. Is that right? Or am I misremembering?
I think for me, the first one's better. I just think I like the fact that it's like the middle of winter. I love how cold it is, how cold it looks. And I think Anne Margaret and Jack Lemmon have amazing chemistry.
Okay.
Yeah, and there's some stuff with
Burgess Meredith saying like cannoli on the stand.
Yes.
For dicks.
He's riding the Bodie Maloney or something like that.
It's so stupid.
The Pony Maloney.
It's so stupid. Yeah. There's also some really cute stuff with Kevin Pollak and Daryl Hannah in the first one.
Oh yeah, aren't they like the children?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
It's all very sweet. It's very wholesome. So gross guy asks her for a foot massage, which is not how you do it, dumbass. It's boys give girls foot rubs because it gives you an excuse to touch them. Like,
I asked a girl to give me a foot massage once in high school.
how'd it work out for you?
She gave me one.
Oh, nice. Well, then I guess it did work out for you.
Yeah, it was during Bringing Out the Dead.
That's a core memory.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, that was when I was just like, wait, I'm not proud of this. But like at the time I was like, oh, if I'm a senior in high school, I can either be treated like an equal by other seniors in high school, or I could be treated like a king by sophomores. So
Yep.
Yep.
that's what I did my senior year for the most part.
Normal. Super normal.
That tracks.
Mm-hmm. That's why I was like, rub my feet. Bonnie Hunt's niece.
And fan me and feed me grapes, but not with the same hands you used to
Yeah.
rub my feet.
It was by one of Bonnie Hunt's nieces, which is a callback to an earlier conversation.
What?
Wow.
So I bet you Bonnie heard about that and she hates me.
Or she thinks you're super smart for getting a foot massage during Bringing Out the
guess.
Dead.
Maybe.
Sounds like the best way to watch it, to be honest.
That movie's a natural aphrodisiac. It's so good, but it's got to be the least hot movie ever.
Okay.
Can we talk about the gym teacher and
Mindy
the baseball
Bourbano. Mindy
Okay.
Bourbano. She was a co-host for like Good Day LA or something. I've met her a few times.
Yeah.
I've done segments with her. She's really funny and really, really cute.
Yeah, she's my khaki queen.
Yes.
Yeah, she's really cute.
Yeah,
funny.
like the
She's good in
the
this
polo
movie.
khaki shorts are like almost too much. I love that scene though, where it's basically like, Mia, if you don't hit a home run, I'm gonna fail you in gym class.
Yeah, what
And
the
then
fuck?
she scores, and then she's like, and you pass, and I'm just like, that's not how gym works.
It's definitely not how gym works. And the ball like hits the dude in the dick, right? Or in the stomach,
The stomach.
because it's rated G, so you can't hit him
Yeah.
in the dick. But
Yeah.
he totally deserves it because he kisses her just to get his 15 minutes of fame from the paparazzi. Also, there's a whole thing where like she tries to hide in a tent and change, and they like pull the tent away and they take pictures. I'm like, she's 15, y'all. It's
Yeah.
pretty fucking gross. But all of that gets
There's
her in
like a-
trouble.
Yeah, and there's like a fucking Joel Silver helicopter.
Yeah.
It's intense.
It's super intense, and there's, she gets in trouble with Julie Andrews. Her friend Lily's pissed at her for not going to the show. Michael's pissed at her because she didn't go see his band, and he says, I consider myself royally flushed. And I was like, oh, okay, sick burn, Michael, whatever. She's gonna get over it because she gets Chris Pine, so it's fine.
Yeah, she's better off.
Yeah, and then I don't know. There's a whole thing where she like stands up to Mandy Moore and she like smashes an ice cream on her, and like everyone's like, Lana got coned.
Oh yeah, Lana got coned.
Lana got coned.
Lana got coned. Lana
Is that
got
a thing?
coned.
Is that
You're never
even a
gonna
thing?
recover from that.
No.
Lana is
A
ruined.
lot of therapy.
Chocolate
Mhm.
stains. She's ruined.
I like how she really rubs the cone into her. She's
Yeah.
just like, she's just like, let it happen. Let it happen.
She's gonna give her a freezer burn on her clavicle. Like she's just ready to like ice it in there.
Yeah.
So then there's this whole thing about Mia doesn't really want to be a princess anymore, but she has to like officially renounce it at this ball. And then I guess she's running away. She's like packing a bag and she's bringing her adorable cat, Fat Louie. He's real cute.
I love Louis.
Yeah, he's a good cat. And I don't know, she's trying to drive her car in the streets of San Francisco. Tip of the hat, girl. I wouldn't. I wouldn't drive that kind of car on these hills. Get an automatic. Get yourself an automatic car if you're driving around to San Francisco. Not cool.
Looks scary.
It's super scary. Those hills are steep. But then she reads the letter from her dad and decides that she's going to go to the ball. And that's when we get to see Willie Brown. It never comes down on Willie Brown. Okay, Willie. We get it. Oh yeah, her car breaks down. She gets stranded in the rain. Joe has to come and save her. It's all very PG and wholesome.
She gives a baller speech.
She does.
It's like, yeah, especially in the second one, it's like Aragorn at the end of Return of the King, where you're just like, this fucking feels right.
I would have liked her to like go into the house like him too, like opening the double doors all wet and grungy, walking in all cool. That would have been amazing.
Yeah. Can I admit to something?
Always.
I have no other.
Yes,
I have no other venue to do my shameful Princess Diaries admissions.
Yes.
So because I said like I couldn't see this in theaters, my sister saw it in theaters and I was really jealous of her. But I used to watch on the Disney Channel. There was a show called The Movie Surfers. Do you remember this?
What is that?
The Movie Surfers were like teenagers who were like trying to make the Disney movie sound hip. So they're just like, we're going to talk to one of the animators of Atlantis, The Last Empire. And then they're just like, they'll like ask, and they're all like named like AJ and stuff like that. And then they'll like ask like one of the animators and they're just like, how'd you render this? And then the guy will be like, from 8:30 to 4, and then they'd be like, that's crazy. And like that was the Movie Surfers. And they always had like a cameo. It's always like, look out for me in the beach scene and stuff like that. But I used to watch that, and that was like my fix. It was like I'm like, I gotta watch another surfer. And then and then also there was like a music video for the song Supergirl by Crystal Harris, I think. And that's like one of the singles in the movie, but it's also like seeded into the score of the movie. Like, so like during the transitions, it's like, burr, burr, it's like that.
I'm going to take your word for it.
Yeah, and I was I was always tuning into Disney Channel during that time period. I'm like, dear God, if I'm good, just give me a Movie Surfer Princess Diaries or a Crystal Harris Supergirl music video. I beg you.
Did you get either of those things?
Sometimes, because
Nice.
they were promoting the movie a lot at the time. But then, I couldn't wait to rent this piece when it came out, and had to lie about it, but I got it.
I mean, it made a lot of
fix.
It made a lot of money. It made. I looked it up, $165 million. That's a lot of money for this kind of movie in 2001.
And the big single in Princess Diaries 2 is Breakaway by Kelly Clarkson, written by Avril Lavigne. It's like all my worlds colliding.
I'm like, I actually like that song.
It's a good song.
Yeah. I like Kelly Clarkson songs.
Yeah.
I'm the target audience for Kelly Clarkson, so it makes sense.
It's weird. I didn't watch her season of American Idol, but in like from Justin to Kelly era Kelly Clarkson, I was just like, whatever, Kelly Clarkson. But as I've gotten older, I like Kelly Clarkson more and more and more.
Yeah.
Where I'm just like,
She has
there's
a
only
fantastic voice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, there's only Kelly Clarkson.
Yeah.
Did you watch From Justin to Kelly recently? Did I see this?
No.
Somewhere?
So Patrick and I write a column where we make double features where like I pick a movie and then he picks a movie.
That's where I saw this.
I chose Cool as Ice and he doubled it with From Justin to Kelly. And if it's up to me, that's going to be one of the double features we talk about on a podcast later this year, because I need to see both of those movies really badly.
I have never seen Cool as Ice, but I have seen From Justin to Kelly because that was I watched that first season of American Idol. I was super into it.
Yeah.
So I went and saw the movie. Nobody else did. The theater was literally empty. It was me and my friend and like a dude, one other guy seeing it.
He knows what's up.
Yeah. I mean,
Maybe it was Justin. Did he have curly hair?
Yeah. I saw that Justin was in Dr. Pepper commercials playing like a guy who was supposed to be Prince, basically. Do you remember that from a few years ago?
No.
So there's like, it was like some kind of special flavor of Dr. Pepper, and like there's like a little genie guy, but he's clearly meant to be Prince. And I found out it was played by Justin Guarini.
I don't know.
You should YouTube it or Google it afterwards.
All right, I will. I absolutely will.
Yeah.
Okay, so she gives her big speech. She's going to be princess, and then she changes into a gown, and of course she's beautiful, and they've apparently accepted Larry Miller's apology for blabbing to the press because he gets to come back and get her all beautiful into her dress, and then she dances with Edgelord, and they kiss, and she gets to pop her foot because that's the thing that happens in movies.
I do like that the mom is kind of laughing at her when she says that that's what her like dream is.
Like, they always kiss, and then she pops her foot.
And she's just like, okay, enjoy your pop and kiss.
And that's the end. Oh no, she goes, and I guess at the end she's traveling to Genovia in her private plane. She's got her cat, and she's writing. That's where we finally get a diary. She's writing in her diary.
Yeah, and then I cried because I'm a big wuss.
Aw, you're not a big wuss.
I am, because when they fly over it and they're playing Miracles Happen, and then Hector Elizondo's voiceover is just like, welcome to Genovia. I was just like, this feels so right. Like, I want to be Prince of a Pear Country.
We all want that.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
That sounds great.
It does.
Yeah.
It looks great. I want to go there.
It's better than high school.
True dad.
She's basically ruler of the Magic Kingdom.
Yeah.
Like, especially if you watch like the second movie, like any scene where they show her in Genovia, like on a town square, it's basically like, oh, she's ruler of the Magic Kingdom.
I need to watch the second one.
She's a good leader. Tell you that much.
That's
If you're
good.
looking for leadership skills, look no further than PD2.
PD2. Two Princess, two Diaries.
The diehards either call it PD1 and PD2 or just Diaries, and we know what we're talking about. And there's supposed to be a new one maybe eventually coming out, because I saw something on Twitter where they asked Anne Hathaway about a possible third one, and she says it's pretty close.
Oh.
So that would be cool if they brought back her and Pine.
Well, I hope they get August Moon to play. Then I'll definitely see it.
Crisis in the Kingdom.
She's going to leave Chris Pine for the lead singer of August Moon. Because I don't care what you guys say, those songs are catchy. She can't help it. I read about a bunch of different actresses that they considered for this role, and the one that it's a really long list, but the one that stuck out to me the most was Juliette Lewis. I was like, I don't know if Juliette Lewis is right for this part. She
like
feels
2001 Juliette Lewis?
I was like, she's way too intense.
Yeah, by that point, I mean, I know the only way that makes any sense is that Garry Marshall had just worked with her on The Other Sister, but that's a very different kind of role. So, like, maybe he just, like, really enjoyed working with her. But, like, yeah, Juliette Lewis would just be like, there's no escaping here.
Also, wouldn't she be too old for this part?
I was just
Yeah.
gonna say, yeah.
Yeah,
Even if it was like Juliette Lewis, Cape Fear, that seems like bad casting.
Yeah.
Because she just seems like too hip in a way. Like there's nothing like Disney about Juliette Lewis.
right. Exactly. Like some of these other, it's like Kirsten Dunst is in this list. Brittany Murphy. I was like, those make sense. Katie Holmes. That
Yeah.
makes sense. But then like Christina Applegate's on this list. I'm like, she's too old. Kate Beckinsale, probably too old.
Was the movie like kicking around for a long time?
That must be it, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Like
'Cause otherwise,
Cameron
yeah, it doesn't
Diaz
make-
is on this list. She's too
Yeah.
old.
Hmm. Was Kelly Clarkson?
Sadly, no.
Was Avril Lavigne?
No. Jessica Biel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boring.
Remember when they were trying to make her a thing, Margot? I think we talked about this on another episode, like actresses that they were, it was like Gretchen Mol, Jessica Biel. They were like,
Yeah.
they're movie stars and you will like them. And I'm like, you can't make me. I won't.
My sister still says It Girl Gretchen Mol is.
By the way, I don't dislike these people. It was just like I resented them being shoved into my, like, you will accept them as movie stars. And I'm like, I won't. Mm-mm.
That was
Yeah.
the Weinstein effect.
Yes.
Their PR department. Yeah.
Jessica Biel, also in Jonathan Taylor Thomas's I'll Be Home for Christmas.
All right. I know what we're watching this
Now I
holiday
know.
season.
Yeah, we should. If you did a show on that, oh my god, I'd be honored to be on that episode.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously,
Write it down, Sonia.
obviously we're going to do that. I'm writing it down right now.
Yeah, that movie's fucked morally. It's funny in that movie. Jessica Biel is like, so Jonathan Taylor Thomas is basically playing Zach Morris, and Jessica Biel is his Kelly Kapowski.
Got it.
But like in any scene, they're trying to make them look like they're the same height, which is not close at all.
Is that it, Sonia?
Yeah. I have a list of some other Anne Hathaway movies.
Oh, please.
But before I go
Yeah.
through the list, I'm wondering if y'all have like a favorite Anne Hathaway movie.
It's either this or The Intern.
Mm-hmm. I knew you were going to say The Intern.
Yeah.
Really, really like The Intern.
I've never seen it. I should watch The Intern. If you like it that much, that's a good endorsement.
The Intern is like 25% wonky and 75% like this is the best thing I've ever seen.
That's good enough for me.
Yeah,
Yeah. The
What about-
Devil Wears Prada.
Yeah, it's so good.
that's really good too. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I love that one. I also love Colossal a lot. I think
That would be up there too.
I think she's really, really good in it. And
That
actually,
was my number one movie the year it came out on F This Movie. I remember.
I need to rewatch it too because I really loved it.
Mm-hmm.
I remember Jason Sudeikis also really surprised me in that movie.
Yeah.
So I will skip the movies we named and list these other ones. She was in Brokeback Mountain.
It's a good
Great in it,
movie.
too.
She's
They
really,
give her really unfortunate wigs, I
yes,
remember.
they do.
Yeah.
Get Smart.
Never seen it.
I only saw it once, but I thought it was better than I expected it to be, but I don't know if it holds up.
Yeah. I remember thinking it was fine. I liked her in it very much.
Yeah. Yeah.
I do remember that. Rachel Getting Married.
It's really good.
That's a great movie.
Yeah. Bride Wars.
Never saw it.
That's stupid.
I haven't seen it either. I'm like, should I watch it? Probably not, huh? I always mix it up with the other one with Kate Hudson and
Matthew McConaughey.
no, the one with her and Jennifer Goodwin. What's that? Oh, shit.
Something's Borrowed.
Yeah. For some reason, I get those mixed up, even though they're not even about the same things. I don't know why. Valentine's Day.
It's bad.
Yeah.
Awful.
It looks bad. I didn't see it. The Dark Knight Rises.
I like it.
She was my favorite thing in that movie.
She's really good in it. That movie's like real flabby.
I did not like that movie, but I liked her. Of course, she's in Les Mis.
I like that one
Yes.
scene. That's
Yeah.
it.
I dreamed a dream.
Yeah.
She's in Interstellar, which I've never seen. Should I see
never
Interstellar?
It's pretty good.
Okay. My sister called it another Space Dad movie.
It totally is.
Okay.
It's a real space dad.
Ocean's 8.
Not
She's
great.
the best part of it.
She is the best part of it.
She's really good. It's just that script is terrible.
Yeah.
It needs a lot of work. Yeah.
I was disappointed.
They also make they make the mistake right at the beginning. They're just like, Danny Ocean's dead. I'm like, that's how you want to start? I'm like, are you sure you don't want to start over?
They didn't need to relate to Danny Ocean at all. They should have just... She could just be whoever she is. She doesn't need to be related to him. It's fine. Okay, 2 more movies. I think, Adam, you've seen both of these. I haven't seen them yet. Armageddon Time.
Yeah, that's really good.
And then Eileen.
It's good. It's not great.
It just popped up on Hulu for me, and I'm
okay. Yeah, it's worth watching on
Okay.
Hulu.
I added it to my list. And that's our list of Anne Hathaway movies.
All right,
Got a
so
good
let's
career.
Yeah.
She's a great career. Let's finish with the top 10 songs that came out
Woo!
the week this was released. So number 10, Alicia Keys, "Fallen." Some of these I don't know. Number 9, Peaches and Cream, 112.
Oh
Yeah.
I don't know this song.
I know I would know it. It's a bad boy. Hanging by a Moment, Lifehouse.
Oh,
I
yeah.
got into a car accident while that song was on the
Oh,
Oh no.
radio. So that's it's not my go-to Lifehouse song.
no.
Finn, by the way, is the better Lifehouse song.
Okay, good to know.
I agree there. Yeah. Number 7, Drops of Jupiter, Train.
Jesus Christ. All
They
of these
played the
songs...
fuck out of that.
All of these songs were like on American Idol. Like they were making them sing them all the time. Yes.
Number 6, Let Me Blow Your Mind, Eve with Gwen Stefani.
Oh, that song's great. I like that one.
Yeah. Number 5, Usher, You Remind Me.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
Number 4, O-Town, All or Nothing.
That song rules.
They are no August Moon.
August Moon doesn't have a song as good as All or Nothing.
Number 3,
I'll fall on that sword.
Number 3, Blue Cantrell, Hit 'Em Up Style, Oops.
I don't really like that one.
I don't even know. I bet if I heard it, I would know it.
Is Blue Cantrell a listener? Because I feel bad.
Number 2, Mariah Carey, Loverboy.
I
don't even remember that.
It's not one of my favorite Mariah Careys.
And the number 1 song is Destiny's Child, Bootylicious.
Well,
which
that
is a
song's
great fucking song.
still great.
Mhm.
That holds up.
I actually went out last night and I actually went into a bar and they were playing this song at the bar, and I was like, maybe bars are fun, and then quickly was like, no, bars aren't fun and we should leave.
You weren't ready for the jelly?
I wasn't ready for the jelly.
Mhm.
Nope. Even cool music couldn't make me like a bar on a Friday night.
No.
Nope. This was so fun. I'm glad we talked about Princess Diaries.
Yeah.
Adam, my friend, where can people find you on the internet?
I'm on Twitter still for now.
Good job.
Thank you. At Risky Adam and at fthismovie.com. That's the letter fthismovie.com. I'm on podcasts about once a month, and I write articles there, and I do a weekly YouTube show called Reserve Seating with my friend Rob.
And it's so good.
Thank you.
Good show.
Yeah, everyone
Thank
should
you.
everyone should be watching it. It's so well done. So good. You guys are cool. It's
I don't
true.
know about that. Rob is cool.
You're cool.
I don't try to be cool. I peaked already, so don't worry about it. I was having people rub my feet to bring me out the dead.
It's all went downhill after that.
I couldn't even get like a nurse to rub my feet at this point in a hospital. I haven't been to a hospital in a while, I guess. Do they still rub people's feet in the hospital?
I was gonna say, what are you talking about? I didn't ask. I think to ask.
Yeah, I don't know. As I was saying it, I was just like, just finish saying it. It doesn't make sense.
Margot, where can people rub your feet?
Oh my God. Don't touch my feet, y'all. I'm very ticklish, actually. I'm at Brooklyn Fit Chick for Threads and Instagram. That's my site. I'm at Brooklyn Margot for TikTok and the Twitter.
And if you like the sound of our voices, we co-host a podcast called What a Creep, where we talk about creeps of the past and the present. Our episode out right now is about John Landis. Ugh.
Yeah.
Is it like
real
4 hours long?
It's... I had to stick to one. And
yeah.
then even when we were done, like later, I'm like, oh, I should have brought this up. I should have brought that. I mean, he's really disgusting.
Yeah. Yeah. You did a really good job on that one, Margot. I know it was no fun.
Thanks.
No fun. You can find me at thesoniashow.com and The Sonia Show on Twitter and TikTok and Instagram and Threads and Blue Sky. Wherever you are, I'm probably hanging out there too. Email us at dorkingoutshow@gmail.com. We take requests. If there's a movie you'd like us to dork out about, we can do that. If you send us your address, we can mail you some stickers. And by we, I mean Margot. Margot will totally mail you some stickers.
I will.
Dare
me.
Dare her. She'll do it. If you want to give us a review on wherever you listen to your podcast, that would be fabulous. It helps us find our people. And you can find Dorking Out at dorkingoutshow.com and also on all the social media channels. Thank you, Adam. This was so fun.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. I love you both.
Oh, we love you.
Aw.
Adam got coned.